As you might have guessed, the Miro videos are freaking back, baby. I tried doing the editing, I tried being professional, but guys, come on. It's me, right? How professional can we really get? So we're back on Miro, and I got a lot of sauce to go over. I just felt like the editing got in the way of the sauce I want to teach you guys. So frick it, we're going back to Miro, and let's run it. Today we have a very special video on how to create pain. If you cannot create pain, you will never be a good copywriter. You see, you're paid to create pain. Because pain leads to decisions, it leads to actions, and it leads to sales. Let me explain. There's a formula for action. And what you want is action. If people are taking action, they're clicking on your emails, they're clicking on your videos, they're reading your sales pages, they're clicking add to cart, and they're buying stuff. That's how you make money. And the formula for action is you have to increase the pain of inaction to be higher than the pain of taking action. See, most people don't want to take any action. Why? Because there's pain associated with action. If you click on a video, you have to spend your time watching it without getting distracted by brain rot. If you buy something, you have to give someone your money, give someone your attention. So there's a lot of pain associated with action. And so the secret to getting people to take it is by increasing the pain of inaction higher than the pain of the action. And then the second component is you have to have confidence that that action will alleviate the said pain. This might seem a little complicated, but super simple. So check it out. Imagine your hand is on a stove, right? If the stove is not hot, why would you move your hand? You wouldn't. But as the stove gets hotter and hotter and hotter, the pain of you inaction, not moving your hand, is more than the pain of you just moving it. And so guess what? You move your hand. It's very simple physics we learned as a child. And you have complete confidence that if you move your hand, it won't be as hot. And so you take the action. And this is how you should view your copy. If you can't turn up the pain, why would someone convert? Why would they watch the video? Why would they click on the email? Why would they do anything if there's not pain involved? Now, let's get deeper. You see, it's kind of sad, but it's just reality. Until Jesus comes back, we're always in some sort of pain constantly, right? This is the curse of the fall of man. We're always in pain, some form, until Jesus comes back. So let's look at the forms and how you can leverage this to make sales and help people. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. This is like the needs pyramid, and your pain comes from these needs. So at the bottom, we have basically staying alive, right? Food, sleep, water. Then we have safety. So once you have those things, your body is like functioning. How safe are you? Then we have love and belonging. Do you have like relationships, family, community? Then we have esteem, like how your status in that community. Then we have self-actualization, purpose, fulfillment, all that, crazy stuff. So based on those things, we derive the core desires. If your copy does not target these core desires, it's going to fail over time. These are the most powerful things that you can target because it's directly from those needs. So the first one, like I said, is staying alive. Most copy probably won't target that because if people are reading your copy, they're probably in like the first world. And so that's not a huge thing, right? Number 2 is freedom from danger and fear. This is big. So if you're selling something and you're talking about how if they don't learn how to make money online, then their family might end up in a situation where they have to, lose their house, end up on the street. The government's going to get them. Like there's freedom from danger and fear involved in that. So that's a huge one you can target. Number 3, sexual companionship. If you're selling anything kind of relational or something to do with fitness, this is a big one as well. Number 4, social approval, belonging, community. This is big, especially when it comes to products. On the product side of things, having a great community and a sense of belonging is like really this superpower. It's crazy. I've seen it with Copy Elite. Like it's way more than I ever expected. Most people just want to belong and they want to be part of a group of people who are striving after the same things. And it brings them a lot of joy, more than I could have ever thought. Number 5 is status, respect, and superiority. This will be like, I would say this and freedom from danger and fear is kind of like 80% of all the copy you write will be around this. It'll be targeting status, increasing someone's status. It'll be targeting like freedom from danger or fear. Then we have fulfillment of purpose, and then we have food and drink. So one of the underrated ones is people love to eat good food and drink good drinks, which goes right into one of the verses that I've been studying recently from Ecclesiastes. And it says that there's nothing better for a man than he should eat, drink, and find enjoyment in all of his toil. all of his work. And so I've been really meditating on that verse, and it's funny because it goes back to this core desire of like, God has given us, the second part of the verse says, for apart from God, who can eat and who can drink, who can find enjoyment? So it's like God has given us this amazing gift of like needing to eat and drink every day, and we just find a lot of enjoyment in it. And so kind of enjoyment of life into their core desire as well. So this is why you can just post people can do a beer commercial and literally just pour that sucker into a glass and have the bubbles all crispy and like super HD. And you're like, oh man, I need a drink. That is food and drink, or maybe just alcoholism. Anyways, continuing on. Let's go over how to create pain. Number one, this is the negative way to do it. So not to say that either one of these is better than the other, but I would prefer to use positive. I would much rather have someone run towards the light than like run away from darkness. And also, I don't like creating pain on that side as much, just because I don't know, I'm just not a huge fan, but it is very powerful. Just be careful with it. So this is like using a negative past, present, or future situation and then talking about how they feel or felt about it. So this is saying, you're overweight and you walked past, you went shopping with your friends, you were feeling great, but then you walked past a window and you saw how you looked in your outfit and you just wanted to die inside because of how big you looked. And then you talk about how they felt. Like you felt like a failure, you felt, status dropped from all your friends. That's a negative, right? Then you have a positive dream future situation and then how they want to feel about it. So it's like you pull up to the pool for the first swim of the summer and you take your shirt off and literally everyone looks at you thinking, what did he do last winter? This dude is jacked. And you feel so confident and so secure in like how you look. You're on top of the world. You're talking with everyone. You're socializing. That's a positive thing, right? You're selling the same thing, which is, getting in shape, looking more attractive. But you can create pain on the negative side by talking, like digging into the past experiences or very negative experiences, which creates pain. Or you can talk about the positive situation that they want to feel, but they're not there yet. So the pain gets created by the separation. So yeah, let's go over exactly how to do that. We've got a lot of examples here, so let's just dive in. A lot of these are mine because I don't want to teach you things that I've not done myself, right? Or else I'd be just a scammy guru. But I also will give you some cool examples from databases from CE so I can show you guys. So let's get into it. Sales pages. Here's one that I wrote a while back. You feel completely trapped. So here we're starting with the feeling. The mindless work you do, the teachers you're forced to listen to, the useless info you're forced to learn. This is a rough draft, by the way. But you can see what I'm doing here. We got the feeling. And then, let me actually grab this so we can talk about some pain here. So we got the feeling. Let me make this a little bit smaller. Yeah, cool. So we got the feeling here. You feel trapped. And then we have a couple of situations. So talking about the work, their teachers, the useless info. And so now they have a situation that they've gone through and then how they feel about it. They suffer through every day because you don't see another way out. You're probably fine staying at NPC for the rest of your life if it wasn't for one painful truth. You're heading straight towards a future that your parents and teachers want for you, a future that you're not excited about. I think I actually got rid of this. So it just said, nothing you're doing right now will ever lead to the future you want. Here we go. Pain. Then we have more situations. You binge self-improvement content. You keep telling your friends about your next big plan, yet 4 plans have came and failed and reality is starting to see in. No matter how special you feel, everyone sees you as what you still are, average. Yeah, that's pretty painful. Pretty painful. And then I go into, you can also do, you can talk about how you have suffered through the exact pain they're in, which builds trust in you and what you're selling. And so here we have, and brother, I know that pain too well. I've had 75 of those big plans. I failed, and every time I felt hopeless. I could not figure it out. Those were dark days. I don't know why I lost connection to the internet. Fantastic, right in the middle of the video. But you see what I'm doing here? I'm talking about the situation that's painful that they've been through, being specific, and then how I feel about it. Cool. Here we have another one from my DPS sales page, which did like 80K in sales with a small audience in a couple months. Pretty insane. Here I talk about how I felt. Once again, I'm doing story selling here. I tried everything. I tried all of these scenarios to get this result I wanted, this dream outcome, and nothing was working. Then I talked about how I felt. I was ready to give up. I struggle with anxiety and overwhelm daily. Is this all a big scam? What if I never make money online? What if my parents were right all along? What if I stay a broke loser forever? Situation, painful situation, how I felt. Cool. Let's go to 3 real quick. Actually, I don't have connection to the internet, so I don't know if I can even show you guys. All right, finally loaded up. We have some full-size sales pages. This is sort of one of the mini databases from CE. If you guys are interested in my coaching program, you can check out the link below. But let's go over one of these things today. So we've got a couple of different sales pages from Danco. Very, very powerful writer. He's very good at the skill of bringing up pain. So let's look at some of these pain bullets he's got here. So trap 1, you're stuck in a loop of surface level advice, buying course after course, book after book, and still not making the progress you want. You can't find the right business model to commit. Some of this. You overwhelm yourself with tasks. You get mentally paralyzed and get very little done while knowing you're capable of more. You don't have direction clarity. You feel like you aren't ready to heavily monetize what you've learned. You see how it's situations that are specific to the person he's writing to that bring up a lot of pain for them, and then he talks about how they feel about it in certain areas. So really, really cool. Very simple stuff, guys, but once you see the equation, you're like, oh, I get it. Pain. Moving on to some emails. This is an email I wrote for a client way back in the day. Does this ever happen to you? You see a cool yoga pose online. You get excited. You go to try it. You're pulling it off at first, but then the wobbles start. You have flexibility to get in the pose, but you can't stop wobbling like crazy. So this is a situation that they have been through in the present/past. Now look at how I talk about how that feels and how that ties into pain. There's nothing worse than having a case of the wobbles, especially when you're the only one wobbling in your class. Instantly, they imagine themselves in yoga class having the wobbles and feeling embarrassed. It immediately is like, boom. What does that hit towards? Straight to status, right? So somehow I brought failing a yoga pose into the core desire of status, respect, and superiority. Also a little bit of social approval as well. Pretty cool. Cool stuff. So pretty simple there. Then I just tie that pain into a solution, which was ankle mobility, whatever the heck I was selling at the time. Number 4, here's a classic. This is one of the first emails I wrote for myself. Look at how I do this. I've had enough. If I hear one more boomer say, oh, go to college and get a stable job, I might puke. So here we're just talking about a situation, and it's painful to people like us, people who say, oh, good, go get a job. It immediately invokes a lot of pain in you guys. Probably when I just read that, you're like, oh, pain. How can they be so blind? We have the greatest opportunity, yet they want us to play it safe. The internet changed everything. Here's how. So here I'm talking about, I went from negative experience to now we're talking about a future experience. You can learn anything from anywhere for free. You can level up high-value skills, makes tons of money. You can build business with insane leverage. You can leverage social media algorithms to grow and monetize an audience without spending a dime on ads. You can network with high individuals. If you aren't playing the great online game, you'll be left in the dust. See how I'm going from negative to positive and just painting those scenarios in this short little email. Pretty cool. Moving on to number 5. There's a video that I did on my second channel called If You're Tired of Failing, Check Out This Formula. It should be up like in a couple days, but you can watch the intro to see me like freestyle creating pain live, talking about a scenario and then how I feel. Here I have a YouTube script I wrote for a client of mine back in the day that did like hundreds of thousands of views and a lot of money, probably $100,000. It led to that much. And here's what I did. If you want to get rich, talking about a dream scenario, you have to become a business owner. Fastest, easy way to do that, by starting a business so that you can take complete control of your financial destiny and unlock the potential for unlimited income and total freedom. Here we're talking about freedom, financial destiny, unlimited income. See how those are all targeting those pain points. But sadly, most people will never achieve those. Bringing them back to their scenario. Not because they don't want to, but because they believe a lie. Starting a business is risky, complicated, dangerous. It's not true. It can be safe, simple, and wildly profitable. So that one's not a whole lot of like pain going in there, like directly hitting pain, but you can see how it's leading them to imagine these 2 different scenarios. A scenario where they have the right business model and things are working, it's crazy, or they don't and things suck. Here we have one of my own videos, which did, I think, like 40,000 views or something from the bathrobe KJ era, which is, yeah, who knows, man. And we have, in this video, I'm going to reveal my 3-step method for writing killer 6-figure sales pages so you can start printing money. By the end of this video, you will know how to write a sales page quickly, even if you're a beginner, dream outcome. How to use your sales page to land high-paying clients, even on your first outreaches, dream outcome. I'll be giving away access to my best sales page resources, dream outcome, whatever. You're going to be missing out if you don't. Very simple. This is how you don't overdo it, right? You don't want to, not everything you do, you want to go into insane specificity because people are going to get pissed off at you. Like you're creating so much pain, they're going to get mad. So you kind of want to balance this of, you want to create pain, but how do you do it in this nonchalant way, which doesn't seem like you're just rage baiting them. Number 8, here's an email, or here's actually a video in one of our databases from Iman. It's never been harder to win than right now. They feel that, it's painful. Every day you're frying your brain, you're killing your attention span, you're killing your focus, you're killing your testosterone, you're killing your success. Pain. Good news is, with the tiniest bit of discipline, you can get ahead of these people. Dream outcome. You can't control your urges. He's just talking about these scenarios which really resonate with people of this age, right? Not having control of their brain. Then he ties all that pain to a mechanism. And we'll talk about how to do that in a future video. But yeah, those are examples of creating pain. If you want to really learn how to go in depth, now that you understand the concept of pain, specificity amplifies it. So the more specific you are about a scenario, the more real it seems to them, the more the emotions, the pain starts to build up. So if you want to learn how to do that for free, check that out. Like I said, if you want to join our coaching program where we help you get clients for copywriting, make a lot of money as proven by our results, check out the link in the description, I think. And love you guys. Catch you in the next one.